right. Welcome back to Let's Talk with Gales and Dean. I'm your host, Gales, as usual, and to my left is...
It's your boy, the insane Mr. Dean with my big black brother from another mother with his hair all jacked up this week. How are you doing,
about,
my guy? I'm just saying, man, you need a little lineup. You just need a little lineup, baby.
Man,
my beard needs lined up too. So I'm trying to wait to Christmas. I'm trying to wait like the week before Christmas. It's all good.
I hear, look, man, it's 35 years in the making. I don't know why you talking about the beard for. The hair, I can't respect an opinion from somebody who's bald, man. You know that.
Hey, man,
I just can't.
Bald and proud, dadgummit. 35. Hey, you got a birthday coming up, don't you? In a couple of days, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Monday. Yes.
What the hell, you don't even know your birthday? I knew when it was. I just didn't want to say. That's a damn shame.
No,
man,
well, first of all,
when the damn birthday was gonna be.
Pay the man again. Yeah, man. Look, I'm getting old, little older, a little wiser. All right. Hey, flip that ball around. They're not a sponsor of that gummit. But I see you in the Christmas spirit, man. Let me get a look at the tree. Go to your right. Oh, Lord, your other right. There you go.
It ain't done yet. It ain't done. Like I got to put
That's
all
not
of
done. That's a lot, bro.
No, it's about 1,000 ornaments that's gonna go on that damn tree. It ain't even done. But I said since it's up, I might as well going to put it in the background.
Yeah, got the white tree, man. Looking all fancy pants.
Yeah, man. Yeah, tries, health. Gotta get in the spirit, man. This is our time of month, man. Your birthday, my dad's, then mine. You know what I'm saying? My oldest daughter, good gracious, man, this age. My niece,
man. My
cousin,
middle daughter.
Yeah. This is a birthday month, baby.
It's a big one. Shout out to Amaria Kilby out there, my middle daughter, and then of course my niece, Juliette Murphy. I keep forgetting to say Murphy, man. In my heart, she's a Gales that gummit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So what you got going on this week, man? How's your week been?
Man, my week been. It ain't been stressful. Had some. I got some allergic reaction. Had some infection in my tooth. I'm glad the swelling went down, man. I swear to God, it looked like Mike Tyson hit me the other day, man. My whole face, this side of the face, was looked like a balloon all the way up to my eye. Some stuff going on in my back teeth that I should have took care of years ago. But being hard headed and when you're young, people really didn't like going to the dentist. So yeah, that was me. So here I am now, 36, and let the problem get too bad. So I got to go in Monday and have surgery on my mouth. They got to pull all those root tips out the back of my mouth, then insert them with implants. So I have implants in the back of my teeth, but I have teeth back here now, but it'd be implants. But yeah, man, that infection, man, put me down, man. I was sick, man. Face, jaw swole up in a lot of pain. Yeah, man. I ain't really let too many people know that, but yeah, that's what I was dealing with this week. They put me on some extra strength antibiotics to clear all that infection out because the infection got to be gone before they can do any cutting on you. So
right,
I go in Monday at 10:00, man. Get all that took care of. But
man, I'm glad. Listen,
it ain't nothing major though. I'll be all right. That's
a good segue into today's episode. RES and PECT, respect. See, you gotta add a few extra T's in there, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of like the respect of man. What was the rapper? Was it the rapper singer name? The guy who died, who was on Empire Records. What's his name? XXX. Oh,
Extinction or something like that.
Frap me. Look, I'm about to look it up. All right, because you gotta XXX Tentacion. Ooh,
something like it, man.
XXX Tentacion. That's how I would say it.
It's something like that.
I need y'all get in the comments. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, I really don't know, man. I hope I'm saying the way, but I think that's how you say it, man.
Right. Rest in peace to him.
Speaking of respect. Before we go in further, man, speaking of rest in peace, man, former NFL player, Georgia Tech star wide receiver, won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, Demaryius Thomas, man, passed away the other day at an early age of 33, unexpected death.
Wow.
That shocked me when I read across the screen. Demaryius Thomas, you never did hear nothing bad about the guy. He's one of your new age receiver, your new age big body receivers. Looked like a linebacker or a defensive end, but playing wide receiver. Always was productive. Of course, he won the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning in Denver. They called the death was from a medical issue. I guess he had a car wreck a few years back, and they caused him to have bad seizures. He had been having seizures real bad, and I guess he had one in the shower, and he didn't pull through this one, man. So, and he would have been 34 on Christmas Day. So I know that's even rough on his family, his kids. So thoughts and prayers go out to his family, kids, Bronco Nation. Even though I'm not a Bronco fan, he was well loved by Denver, well loved in the league. You see a lot of people was, shouting him out, showing him some love, man. He was just one of those likable guys, and passed away too soon. 33 years old, too soon. He'd have been 34 on Christmas Day. That's too soon to go. So that's keep him in our prayers, man.
Yeah, his family, man. So 1987, just a couple of years younger than us.
Yeah, man.
Whew, that's rough. Georgia native, it says here, Dexter West Lawrence High School. And man, see, I don't know how to. Yeah, I can't even do that on the fly like that. But they got a picture here, and whenever we have these losses, I always like to think about not necessarily something outside the norm, but this picture up by James Palmer, right? It's got him driving him around, right? It's got Demaryius Thomas driving this worker around on the little ATV or whatever it is, the cart. Yeah, and he says this is what I'll remember most, right? Not the thousands of yards, 111 catches, 16 plus receiving yards, in 2014, right? Just the kindness that he showed to people around that stadium, workers, teammates, coaches, everybody. Like that. Yeah. That's really amazing. I like those sorts of highlights.
Yeah, man. Dude,
shout out for him, man.
Likeable guy, man. I mean, if you ever watched him play, he was always productive. Never off the field antics. You never did hear nothing about him off the field. And then when Peyton Manning came to Denver, they really just that took him off because you get to play with one of the greatest, arguably number 2 all-time greatest quarterback to Tom Brady, and you get to play with him. I mean, and just to pick his brain and be a part of it. Peyton, I seen some the other day where Peyton was real upset about it. It hit home with him hard. So, just a well-liked dude in the Denver community, in the football community, and just well-liked dude all around. He will be missed. That's just too soon to go. So, we're going to keep him in our prayers this holiday season.
So that leads us into our title, right? RES and PECT, right? That player, while he's being celebrated, is because of what it seems to me that he had a lot of respect for people, no matter what position they held within that company. That I've titled it this way because shout out to Miss Jennifer Kinzer with her Facebook post, the last week or so, where she's talking about being at a game and just hearing the disrespect around her. So we'll get into that. But it really made me think about some other things, right? Coaches, we're going to talk about, Zion Williamson and Luka Doncic and their size struggles, right? The NFL, how it's going, right? The Patriots, Bill Belichick, and a couple of other goofy things. Yeah, man. So, look, we'll start with the coaches before we get to that Facebook post by Miss Jennifer Kinzer there. Man, it's coaching carousel. Like, you hear people talk about how students need to stick with the program and toughen up and all that sort of thing. But then you see these coaches who are hopping from team to team and getting a nice sizable paycheck about it. Now, I got a couple of opinions on it, but I was very interested to see what you thought about that. Like, is that hypocrisy, or is it just sort of like what's the context we're missing?
You know what it is, man. It's all about that green and your brand, man. That's all. I mean, outside of you can't even say outside of Nick Saban because he's he got his first big his gig was at LSU when he put himself on the map. Then, you know, he started winning at LSU. You know, he got the big head and said, "I can go to the NFL and do the same thing." As a famous college game day guy say, Lee Corso.
So I'm gonna filibuster a little bit.
In college
got a
football.
little bit of a lag there. So Dean, when you let me know when you can come back. Oh, there he is. Oh, thank goodness. You back?
But
all right.
Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Yeah, like I said, Nick Saban, you know, he was winning in LSU and you know, he pumped himself up and said, I can go to the NFL and do the same thing. And as famous Lee Corso say, not so fast, my friend. he couldn't go to the NFL and, you know, demand those guys. You going to the NFL, these are grown men, so you're not going to get that same feedback that you got back from, you know, when you come in college football. So he went back and took the job at Alabama, and look what he has turned them into. Okay. But he hasn't left since then. You know, it was rumors out there he could have left, took the Texas job, other NFL jobs, and he stayed. But it's about money and brand, because look at all his coaches under him that left, and look at the things they're doing. But okay, so you on the Nick Saban coaching tree, right? That's the standard for college football right now. We all know that. Alabama, the standard for college football. I'm a Florida State fan, but I say it. That's the standard. That's where you want to get your program to. That's out of respect for. I'm a Florida State fan, but I'm also a college football fan too. So that's the standard. That's where you want to get yourself to. All right. So all his coaches leave and they take these other jobs. Some of them go to smaller schools. But can you really? So say where the say one of his coaches left and went to SMU. Can you really turn SMU to a powerhouse and get on the status of Alabama? You can turn them around and start winning, but who's going to be attracted to come to SMU? This ain't SMU back in the day.
Remember that? So right. So what you're talking about is the Pony Express from back in the day, man. Check that out on ESPN if you haven't already. But here's what I'm saying to you: it's possible. So my whole thing is like how we kind of disrespect, I guess, coaches in these individual situations, right? Because you can have a situation where, you know, you got to hop around because you have to sort of mask your own incompetence, or you could be a Nick Saban and stay put somewhere in college, or be a Mike Tomlin and stay put in Pittsburgh. So I really do think it depends on the players. And man, people like Bill Belichick and, you know, Mike Tomlin, they are rough on their players. Not rough, I don't want to say it like that, but they're strict, right? Like there's a famous story about Bill Belichick, who a guy who was highly drafted, right, a DB, makes a play on the ball, breaks up the play, and gets benched. Why? Because Bill Belichick said, "Hey man, you stepped outside of your assignment." Because he used his natural instinct to make a play, Bill Belichick set him down. Right. But I think that sort of thing is earned over time. Right. As Warren Buffett would say, it's compounding interest. If you show your players that, one, you know what you're talking about, two, that you care with them, three, that you're being fair, then they'll follow you no matter how strict or kind or whatever you are. Right.
Yeah. But then, you know, that's like, okay, I'm going back to college football. Okay. These coaches come in your house. Me and you, we got recruited. You know how it goes. We got recruited. We was on trips every week. Coaches coming in the house. These coaches come in there and talk to you and your parents, and want your parents to put their trust into them. That, okay, I'm gonna have this coach for 3 or 4 years, however long I stay. Right. If I get a chance to go on and play NFL or till I get my degree. Okay, so you putting that trust in this guy, and you as a player, you building a relationship with this guy to only get there that year. And then he said, "I'm gone. I'm taking this job right here." That's where, you know, that's where it gets you at, because a lot of these boys, a lot of these young men, they put all they have into these coaches. You got to remember, a lot of these young men are growing up without a dad around, so their coach is their father figure. So you putting all that trust in their coach, and you going to that school And at the end of that season, he get everybody in the players facility, auditorium,
Right.
whatever, everybody call it.
Everybody in the organization to sign up because of him.
Yes.
That's assistant coaches, that's sometimes athletic directors. Everybody is following this coach, right?
Yeah. So when he gets you at the end of the room, at the end of the year, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. I love every each last one of you, but I'm taking my talents and I'm taking this opportunity, and I'm gonna go like a Lincoln route. I'm gonna go to USC. Well, damn, dude, you just as a player, I'm sitting there like, damn, dude, you just came to my house earlier this year, my junior, senior year, talked to my parents week in and week out. We invited you into our home 3 or 5 visits, how many times they come. You sat there and guaranteed me you were going to be my coach for 3 or 4 years, however long I'm going to be there. And now you just jumping ship. I put all my trust in you. It's just me and my mom and my little brother. I ain't have a dad to look up to. So I put all that into you, and you just going to hightail on me. That's why I get the problem with it at.
But see, my thing is, frap all that, man. Frap all that. Like, parents need to start doing their research. Kids need to start doing their research. If you have aspirations of playing at the next level from high school, you need to do your research. If you don't know, go ask somebody in the community like me or you who failed at it, or someone like Shaq or Smith who have succeeded at it. Like, it's time for us to stop, pointing to these boogeymen. My issue with the coaches leaving is when the players feel they want to leave for a better opportunity, playing time or whatever, then it's a huge thing, right? They make it a huge story about how, players need to stay with the teams and all this, it's all this double speak. That's what I don't like. But as far as pointing to that coach is like, man, you're a father figure to me. I thought you were. No, frap all that, man. If you don't go into the NCAA sports, football, basketball, tiddlywinks, whatever it is, that is on you. As cruel as that sounds. All the answers are floating right around us, Dean. Now, you and I, we had our separate issues and why we weren't successful at the next level. But really, that was shame on us, and more so probably shame on our parents and our coaches. Not looking at that like a business. Understand, like, here's what it's going to take to move forward. And then even how I came back after my failure at Vanderbilt and not passing that knowledge down immediately onto other kids. And no telling, how many great athletes just got lost. But thank goodness we got the Shaqs and the Smiths of the world, and hopefully they're passing that knowledge down, man. But people need to see both sides. They need to understand why Fred Sparkman felt so unappreciated and undervalued. Yeah. Coming home and being talked about how great he was in football, and nobody asking him about him, the person.
Yeah.
And that's great, which is great. But you know what happens with that cycle, man? All you think about is like, yes, thanks, I was great at football. As soon as that person walks away from that interaction, you're left with, oh, right, that's the thing I love more than anything that I failed at. And we got to start having these conversations a lot better than what we're doing now.
Respect. You're right. Respect. And I know for me and you done talked about this, man. I bring it up to you all the time. What else? Where our mom's supposed to be sick? Everything we had planned. And I know for me, for years, I let that bother me. That's why, like, when I stepped on that semi-pro football field, I did approach that as a business. And I took care of business every Saturday,
I mean,
I'm not even, I'm not tooting my own horn and everything, but that was my chance again to get out there and do what I didn't do a couple of years before, because my ass was hard-headed. So now when it comes to my boys, especially the oldest one, that's doing real good in football and basketball, I tell him, I'm showing him, and I talk to him and tell him everything that he needs to know and what direction to go in, because if you don't approach it this way and you don't make it, you'll be stuck with that when you come back home to visit some, like you said, somebody will come up to you and tell you how great you was in this sport or that sport, and when they walk away, they're stuck in your mind. You'll be like, damn, I messed up. You'll keep, and then when it happened, when they come tell you that at a young age, you be like, oh, I'm gonna finish. You saying that at 21, 22 years old, boom, next thing you know, you're 35, 40 years old. You can't do it no more. So I'm trying to preach to him on that. and trying to get it stuck in his head. I don't know if it's going in one ear or the other one. You know, because I'm gonna be like, you're gonna have everything coming at you every which way. You're a good athlete. It's gonna come at you. People gonna be in your ear, and people gonna be in that ear, and they're gonna try to lead you to this direction. They're gonna try to lead you in that direction. You gotta. That's white noise. At the end of the day, people see dollar signs. When you good at something, you know just as well as I do. People see dollar signs. You really got some people out there to care for you. But most people see dollar sign. And now, in today's how you can make money off of athletes and stuff. Oh man, you can have somebody right there put their right arm around you all the way through middle school, all the way through high school, all the way till you get to that next level or whatever sport you plan on playing. And then that's when they get you. So
but it's about the balance, right? It's about balancing. It's about balancing balancing your perception, right?
Yes.
Because you can look at those dollar signs as long-term goals, right? You can look at that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you need to understand as an athlete, as a student athlete, I should say, hey, Jackson, what's happening? All right, that's my 2-year-old saying hello. Not sure where his guardians are, dadgummit. Put that down. Get out of here. Upstairs. Come on over here. Look, my wife is gonna kill me. Come here, Stinker. My wife's gonna kill me. Look, his hair is not together. Look, you got hair in the background. We just all kinds of. It's all right, man. It's a family affair. Say hello.
What up, nephew?
Say hi.
Hey.
Hey, I'm jealous of that daggum hair, man.
Oh, this hair is all over the place. Okay.
Bye-bye.
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 All right, upstairs. There's the Uncle
But
Bean.
you know, and I wanna Alvin Kamara for the New Orleans Saints. Formerly played for Tennessee Volunteers. Well, formerly he started with Alabama, then he went to Tennessee Volunteers. Alvin Kamara said, I follow a lot of stuff on Facebook, a lot of NFL players, you know, they do these little things. They do like podcasts where they sit and talk about their career or whatever they're doing in life. Alvin Kamara, he said he hasn't touched a penny of his NFL money. And the reason why he said he hasn't touched everything he's spending, everything Alvin Kamara spends and stuff is incentives and endorsement money. And he said the most expensive thing he bought outside of his house and his mother's house was his grill and his mouth. He said he don't really go out and buy a lot of expensive stuff. I mean, to us it's expensive, but to him it's not expensive because he on a different pay scale than us. But he said he hasn't touched a penny of his NFL money because NFL is not promised to you forever. And you got to have something to fall back on because all you know, just like I do, all it takes is one hit, one blow to the knee, to the ankle, to the head, and it's it. I respect Alvin Kamara for that. That touched me to hear that man say that. This is a young man now, a young man that said, I ain't touched a penny of my NFL money because the NFL is not promised and the NFL is not forever. Another guy that was the same way, Chad Ochocinco. Chad Ochocinco, he would brag and say, oh, yeah, I wore fake jewelry. My grills and stuff wasn't real. I didn't spend all my NFL money. That was endorsement money because the NFL ain't forever. The NFL ain't promised to you. And then if you get a lot of athletes, that's why they need to you need to start taking class on this stuff at the high school level and getting it instilled in their head because the NFL or the NBA or the Major League Baseball, which you could play the Major League Baseball the longest, but the NFL, the NBA, it's not promised forever. All it takes is
tell
one
that to
wrong
Tom Brady,
turn
man.
or anything.
Tom Brady gonna be here for 30 more years, bro.
But Tom Brady ain't took that lick yet either. He took that one that year, but outside of that, you know, he been playing. But you know what I'm saying. All it takes is one bad injury and it's over like that. So if you have spent all your NFL money and you ain't got nothing to fall on, then you be working a regular 9 to 5.
But that's respecting the game. You know, like I was saying before, like our issues is we don't even understand the things that we need our current student athletes to know right now. Right? That's why what Shaq is doing is so important. What Smith is doing is so important. Everybody in the community who's doing anything positive. Shout out to Couture Brown. Shout out to Black, man. All of these people who are in the community and passing on that wisdom. But it can't just be one one person, right? We've talked about this before. There being a triangle between, parent, teacher, and student, right? Students popped up at the top, but that base is the most important thing. If they're not getting the information, whether it be for sports, whether it be for college, or getting you a job somewhere like a General Motors somewhere, we need to be passing down that knowledge on how to not just survive, but to thrive in this life, man. So these athletes like Gronk and Chad Ochocinco and Kamara, right? The people who aren't even touching their game checks, whatever they make from the NFL, they don't touch it all. All they spend is endorsement money or anything else they make on their own names. Like, that's important to know. That's important for other people to understand that too. So again, if you're just joining us, we're gonna get into some Facebook scrolling talk, right? We got a post from Jennifer Kinzer on respect that kind of spawned this episode. But I want to talk to you a little bit about people who are disrespecting other people's body sizes, man. But I think with reason. Zion Richardson or Williamson. Whoa, Richardson.
Hey man, do your research better, man. How you look? Hold on. How you gonna not get his name right?
Spinning too many plays.
How you ain't gonna get his name right? Y'all damn near twins. Y'all, you kind of look alike. You and Zion kind of look alike. I ain't gonna lie.
I didn't realize he was 6'6". Like, first of all,
yeah, he's a big dude, 6'6", man. Yeah. Hey, if y'all standing next to each other, you can pay for brothers. You ain't no more Zach Randolph with you. You and Zion look alike. No
more Zach. I'm retired Zach Randolph, man. Where's Gary and Craig and all them when you need them in the
comments? Used to be Zach Randolph back in the day because you had the slick fade. And you did you wear a headband for a while? I think you did wear one for a little bit.
No, that was AAU.
AAU, you wore the headband, yeah. That's where it came from.
I feel like someone gave me like a yellow headband. And I was like, all right.
That's where it came from. Zach Randolph, yeah. Zebo.
Yeah. So he's listed at 6'6", 317, but they said he ballooned up into the 330 plus range, right? So now I'm 6'4", 340. So he got to be heavier than that, man, because he's got 2 inches on me. But they're talking about him being a little heavy and out of shape. And then of course everyone every year is always talking about Luka Doncic, right? About how he looks when he comes back from the break, right? And then, so I bring this up because someone was bringing up, body shaming and fat shaming and all this sort of thing. And my sort of take on it was like, that's just part of the NBA, right? It's part of his profession, right? Like you wherever you work at, right? You have a certain standard that you have to make sure you can show up and get the job done. Like their standard are their bodies. They make money off of their bodies. So I don't know. I want to get your opinion on this because I feel like it's not body shaming when we're talking about athletes, as long as you're doing it with respect, which brings us back to our title, RES and PECT, right? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, being an athlete, you're held to this standard to keep. That's part of your job. Come on, man. It's just like college football and anything. We did all this. That's part of your job to keep yourself in shape. Okay. But some of these guys come in, Luka Doncic, Zion, Kyle Lowry, Shaq. Some of these guys were already big body guys. Just that's in their DNA. That's just how it is. Like you yourself, like when we were younger, you were just a big broad guy. You wasn't fat. You just a big broad guy. Your family, they all big, tall, broad guys. So it's just in y'all, that's in your DNA. So when you get to that level of professional sports, and that's in your family's DNA, that's just how you look. I mean, look at the Joker. Look at Jokic. I hope I say his name. Jokic. Same way. Jokic, and then he really let himself go. But then he said he had to train harder and watch what he eat because he's already a big body guy. That's just in his family. All his brothers, his dad, they all like that. So when you get to that next level and you got all these resources, you get the best of the best trainers, you get the best of the best nutrition. You have to hit that stuff and you got to stay on it hard, and you got to go probably harder than the average guy. Than somebody say than somebody like a LeBron or somebody like a Westbrook or somebody like a Paul George. you know, LeBron and Westbrook and Paul George, they good sized guys, but you know, they might can afford to cheat on something to eat every now and then because their body type. They already with athletic body types. If you ain't got that athletic body type, you really in the offseason, you have to train maybe harder than those guys because you know you can't sit around for too long and all that'll come on you, you know. But I think like for somebody like, I mean, I seen in Zion in the commercial that he did with he did a commercial with somebody when they were playing him and Zach LaVine, they were playing the video game, the Sprite commercial. Yeah. I'm like, damn man, Zion. I'm like Zion look chunky now.
First of all, pay the man.
Like, dang. So it's hang
on, Dean. Hold on. First of all, pay the man. Second of all, I need you to get that name right. You call me out, I'm coming back at you.
It's Zion.
And some chips. Yeah. You call it, yeah. You didn't say Mountain Dew, that gummy.
I said Sprite. I thought it was. It was Sprite. You sure it wasn't Sprite?
See, now I don't know that gummy.
I think it was Sprite. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I thought it was Sprite. You
might be right. Go ahead.
Hold on. But anyway, so you got to come in and you got to train a little harder than everybody else. Look at James Harden. I mean, hell, and it really shows in his game right now because he not even moving. So I think, man, some of these guys, man, they get this money and they get relaxed. You making all these millions and you get relaxed. Right. Like, all right, I made it. I ain't really got to take care of my body as well as I had to. Then somebody like Zion, Luka, or the Joker, you get hurt and you sit out 2 or 3 months and you ain't doing nothing, it's going to sit on you and it's going to show, you know, and that's what it doesn't happen to Zion. And I like Zion, you know, but the joke is on Zion right now, man. I've seen a meme. Somebody had him run down court and face about that damn meme. I'm like, damn, man. Like, get off the guy.
Well, look, like, in his defense, he's got the red tracksuit on in that picture you're talking about, Zion, right?
Yeah.
And even in this Mountain Dew commercial with Zach LaVine, right?
I give it to you. And it's Zach LaVine. So get your words right.
Levine, Zach LaVine, that's the pronunciation. Levine. You're right. Levine. So yeah, like that's a bad angle, man. Like whoever shot that should be fired, unless they were trying to make him look super fat. But like you were talking about, it's part of their profession to make sure they're in shape. And I don't understand why anybody would push back on that and not utilize those world-class facilities available at every NBA stadium, right? I don't understand why you wouldn't take advantage of that, because one, that helps protect you a little bit, no? Right? Because it can't be good to carry all your weight. Man, I have struggles getting out of bed and moving too fast right now, and I'm not nowhere near an NBA athlete, you know? So this is the respect thing. The respect has to come back to yourself as well. You got to respect your own body and your own prospects and the people that are depending on you, you know, whomever you've hired as a cook or chef or cleaner, right? You want to buy mama house, whatever you've put, whatever extra pressures you put on yourself, like those are the people that you need to be making sure you're in the tip-top shape and making sure you're not getting injured and cutting your career short. Right. And then this is weird because Tayshaun Prince back in the day, if you remember him, man, he couldn't gain weight to save his life. You know, but this is all kind of respecting the game, respecting yourself and making sure you're doing whatever you need to do to give yourself the best opportunity to get the most out of this sport. Right.
Well, I know, and it even go to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, he said, man, he used to eat in a week's time at least 5 pounds of candy. And later in his career, you know, after he was trying to come back from the knee injuries and stuff, and he said, you know, he got on there and started eating like 5 pounds, like he was just like a week, you know, tell whoever his manager or whoever, you know, their associates, whoever go buy all that stuff on me. Like he like, man, Skittles was his number one go-to, Skittles and Starburst. And he said, man, I know I was eating like 5 or 6 pounds of candy a week. And he said, I didn't have the giddy up no more up and down the court. I didn't have the energy. You know, there for a while, Derrick Rose had got a little, he didn't get chunky, but you could tell he put on size. Well, he cut all that out because it was affecting his game. And I mean, since then, I mean, Derrick Rose, could have got comeback player of the year the last, couple of years, man. I've always been a D-Rose fan, and if he never for them injuries, D-Rose would have had a ring by now. I mean, I just really believe that if it hadn't been for them injuries, he'd have still been one of the top players in the league if it wasn't for the injury. But he said, he got down on himself because of the injuries and everything. Not being able to play a full 82 season, he'll come back, get hurt. So he sat around and load up on sweets and junk, and you can't do that because, you can do it, but you got to go work harder to get that off of you because these teams are paying you millions of dollars, and part of that millions of dollars, that's part of your job to keep yourself in tip-top shape because you're one of the best athletes in the world. That's how you made it to that level. A lot of us wish we would have made it to that level, but I mean, that's what we consider you. You make it to the NFL, NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball. You're some of the top athletes in track stars, Olympic guys. You some of the top athletes in the world. So all that money they're paying you, that's part of your job. So you got to do it. But a lot of people you start to make a lot of millions of stuff, and a lot of people just get relaxed and get lazy.
Absolutely. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about RES and PECT, right? Respect. That's the title for the day. That's the theme for the day. And we're gonna get into that Jennifer Kinzer Facebook comment because that's really important. We also got top 5 alcoholic beverages coming up a little bit later. Cows, but for now, we're gonna go ahead and roll right on into What's he talking about? All right. Tropics, aka trending topics. Tropics here at Let's Talk with Gales and Dean podcast. We love to have a little fun by poking around and seeing what you guys are talking about, whether it's the trending topic on Twitter or wherever you get it from. Dean, what you got for us this week?
Man, my trending topic this week is holiday shopping. The stores are trying to bounce back over the online shopping. But I don't think they're gonna win.
You don't think so?
I mean, cause I hear where I live, man. You go to Walmart, Sam's, anywhere, man. Like, I went to Sam's the other day, and it was just packed. I'm like, damn, like, what the hell going on? Like, I mean, packed, bro. They're like, I'm talking about 8 lines deep in line, every last register packed. So, I seen something the other day on, the Google feed on my phone, and it's like, stores are trying to bounce back in this little competition with online shopping. Stores are starting to fill back up with shoppers and stuff for the holiday season. But can they really beat online shopping? Not really. Right. I mean, just think, because some people like dealing with the crowd. I mean, some people do like going out and seeing a holiday crowd, but you got more that rather not. So when you could just sit at home from your laptop, phone, or anything, just boom, 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 put this in the cart, check out, boom, it'll be to your house 2 or 3 days, maybe 7 at the most. I mean, that's a little easier. You ain't got to deal with the rude crowds, the rude people fighting over TV, fighting over PlayStation, fighting over whatever certain shoe come off, traffic. So that's why I say I don't think it's good to see people back in stores, but I don't think the stores will win that battle again with online shopping. I mean, it's cool, and because look what we was at 2 years ago. With the pandemic, it was only you maybe have 10 people in a certain store, masks and everything. So all that's done open back up. It's good to see people out and stuff because where we was at 2 years ago. But as far as it go from in-store shopping to online shopping, now in-store shopping will not beat online shopping.
Sweet, man, that's a good one right there because look, we kind of fell into that trap of people talking about
Jerry Brown, man.
It's been a minute, Black, man. It's been a minute. I'm just gonna so for people who may be listening on like Spotify or Google Podcasts, English Podcasts, audio only, Jeremy Brown, aka Black, right here with my guys. What's been good? Been a minute. best point guard y'all ever played with. Checking in. Boy, that's some humble stuff, right? He is so humble. So yeah, that's why we're chuckling. Just come in, swinging his hands around. Everybody out of my way. Black is here. Just reminding y'all the best point guard y'all play with.
Before you go any further, man, if you don't know Black, this is him. Every day, all day. That's why I had to laugh like this. That's him. So, you got to know what you get with him. That's my guy, man.
You got to love the dude that co-signs himself. He's the best point guard we ever played with.
I'm about to go down the list. I'm about to go down the list of point guards I done played with, buddy. I'm about to go down the list.
Oh, okay. Matter of fact, I'm going to write that down. Hold on. That needs to be next.
Top 5 point guards I done played with.
You play with a lot of different teams, man. Top 5 point guards.
He in my top 3. I already
know what number 1 is.
He in my top 3. I might give him 1, but I got to go back and research all over my flavor. But
I love how people throw research around. Like I picture Dean going home, flicking, getting in the garage, putting on his white lab coat, and having 4 monitors, right, typing away all hours of the morning, drinking Red Bull and whatever, eating Skittles, whatever you do to stay awake. Right, and just hunkering down and going back decades trying to figure out who the top 5 point guards you've played with. Like not LeBron, not Jordan or Kobe. You. I love it,
man. That's my guy, man. Hey, we done had some battles out there too on that court. You wouldn't even think we was cool.
Right. Look, and he just bursted through he just completely destroyed our segment, right? We're supposed to be doing
Go ahead, man.
I'm sitting here figuring out, do I talk about the Amazon warehouse collapse? Thoughts and prayers to the Evans family, right?
That's out here where I live at. You know that, right?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Right. Do I talk about that? Do I talk about MLS? Do I talk about Manchester United? Right. Do I talk about, I don't know, Ben Simmons possibly getting a team finally? Right. Getting closer and closer to a deal. No, we're going to talk about Black being top 5 point guard that we've ever played with. I love it, man. Thanks for joining the show, bro. So yeah, we got this. So we'll do that next week for sure. Look, I wrote that down, so it's written, so it shall be done, right? But this week we got top 5 alcoholic beverages. Stay tuned for that. We got challenge of the week coming a little bit later, but let's roll right on into this this Kinzer comment, right? Jennifer Kinzer. Now, I don't know if I want to test my reading skills at this hour, right, D? Especially after you called me out last week, like, yeah, I don't know, man. But,
I'm not. You ain't getting me to read in public online. Be one of them.
Oh man. So okay, bear with us. So,
but if you need me to, I will.
No, I got you. Eddie, just stand by. I might need you here in a bit.
Soon as I mess up on a word, I'm throwing it right at you. I'm gonna be like, Jeremy, take over. I ain't even gonna try to.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So it says, so I'm scrolling through Facebook and I come across Jennifer Kinzer. You know how they do the "How are you feeling?" sort of thing. Is feeling disappointed. Already intrigued. She says that attended the Whitthorne Middle School versus EA Cox basketball game last night. And some of those kids' conversation was full of gossip, jokes making fun of others, rude comments, and cursing with 17 exclamation points. My son was listening, looking back and asking me why. I was quite disappointed. I like that. Fancy pants, right? She says, I was quite disappointed. Sad part, most of them were athletes. I'm so not looking forward to my kid being exposed to all of this nonsense, but nevertheless, training starts at home. Hashtag truth be told, right? Some parents got a lot of work to do and have simply been blinded by the cute face and skills. No kid is perfect, but little did they know who I was, who I knew, and who was watching them. Whew, much respect to her. Hey, man, I got through. Okay, didn't I? Did I get through okay, Dean?
Yeah, you got through. You ain't mess up on one damn word. I'd have messed up on that whole damn paragraph.
Man, 2 times. So, yeah, so I get what she's saying, man, and I immediately commented or whatever, but I don't want to get into the back in my day stuff, right? Because we all know we were the knuckleheads of our time, right? I did, however, point out that we tried to at least keep it away from the younger kids and away from the adults, right? Um, but now they just let it fly. I mean, you and I, we met in Tennessee and we went to a little scrimmage, and man, them kids was letting it fly. I mean, in front of all types of adults, and I was just shocked because I've been telling my kids, you gotta get your manners together because when we go visit the South, here's the standard. But that's just not true anymore. And I'm trying to figure out when did that happen and how we can possibly turn this around.
Bro, that's it's been like it's some years now.
Right. I had pay the man ready. Pay the man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I talked to you, I talked to a couple of buddies. Like you said, back when we was coming, and I know you said we weren't gonna say back then, but back when we at least try to hide it because somebody knew your mama, somebody knew your dad, somebody knew your grandma, somebody knew your aunties, and they were gonna get on your ass right then and there. So you could do it, but you were gonna get on then, and then when you got home, your people was gonna know. Shit, now, hell, they don't even care.
Pay the man.
They don't care. It could be hell, like, it could be me or you, and we know they parent, and they letting it fly, cussing, sagging, smoking weed in front of you. They don't give a damn. They do not care. You hear me? This is a whole different generation. I don't know. I don't know if it can be saved, to be honest with you, Gills. I really don't. I've thought of a lot of different scenarios, and I just think they lost. They lost, man. And they lost. And it ain't no finding them. I don't think it can be fixed.
See, I love how she says two things I really pull from that, which is train up the child as they should be as they should be, right? It's a Bible scripture that I'm butchering right now. But yeah, train a child when they're young. And I mean, like I've got a 2 and 4-year-old. They need to be understanding respect. Yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Now, especially in the black community, black, brown community, poor white community, you got to understand that we are in such a disadvantage based off of where our parents work, what our skin tone is, what neighborhoods we come from, that we need to start giving ourselves and our children the best possible ladder up. And I think manners, that costs nothing. Nothing. Because you can go buy them Jordans and make sure they got the latest iPhone to make sure they don't look so out of place. You need to start thinking further than that, which is teaching them how to respect and why it's important to respect people. And like the other thing she said is they didn't know that I was sitting there. They didn't know who I was and who I knew, and that I was listening, witnessing all that. And so I'm sure she had some reports, like come on, man, Jennifer Kinzer, like she knows quite a bit of people in our city, right? Now, who knows what sort of implications that can have later on down the road, right? This is kind of what we were talking about at the top of the hour about, respect and our struggles in trying to become student athletes on the next level, and what we didn't have, presented to us, and what we didn't prepare and what we didn't do in order to propel ourselves forward. Right now, you got huddle, and it's a strange thing to see yourself as a kid. Can you imagine, Dean, back in the day, you seeing yourself on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, video highlights on huddle that's being transmitted all over the U.S. and beyond? Like, can you imagine? So a lot of them feel like superstars right now. Right.
Yeah.
A lot of them feel like superstars right now, but they need to understand, one, most of y'all are not going to make it that far. That's just numbers. Never. 2, you need to understand backup plans. And 3, you need to understand the other side of it, the business side of it, which is respect. If you're trying to build a brand and you're known as a dude who shows up to like Spring Hill Baseball puts on the camp for the little kids, what if those players were out there cursing? What are they teaching the next generation? What if they go back and tell their parents? Now their brand is tarnished because of that. It's so much to think about, but it really is boiled down to these very simple things and very simple principles. Respect.
And it goes to like, okay, and you said the thing that hit me, the backup plan. Okay, because it's true. It's only a certain percent that make pro sports, and that's in all pro sports. And that percent ain't even that percent's not even in the double digit. It's a single digit percent. So, you know, these kids need to know you don't have to make pro football, baseball, basketball, or whatever you're doing to be a millionaire. We just seen the thing. We seen the thing about that 14-year-old is already a millionaire because he do his online. He got his own online business and insurance and everything else. 14 years old, and he plays sports. This kid is good in football, but he didn't let that be like, okay, football is gonna get me and my mom something better. No, he started doing his own stuff online, and look at him now, 14-year-old already a millionaire and still playing sports. You know, and especially for young black males, you got to let them know you don't have to be out there on the block selling dope, selling drugs to have a lot of money. It's money out here. It's money to be made, and there's legal ways to do it. But we ain't got enough people talking to them and letting them know all the resources to get that money.
And that starts with the parents, though, right? That starts with us. And if we don't know it, we need to be researching it ourselves until we find someone who does know it. And then once you get a hold of that little bit of information, pass it out. This is not a very large show, but here we are talking about these things and doing our part in trying to reach as many people as possible. But what we parents have got to realize is they are not us. Those kids, this current generation, is not our generation. And we just simply have to show them respect in that way in order to get the respect back. And you can do that through incentives. You can try the old ways with punishing and I'm going to talk tough to you. But a lot of the time, man, positive reinforcement is one of the best things you can do. Hey, man, don't be cursing, get good grades. And when you do, make sure you celebrate the frap out of that. Make sure we're going out to eat. Make sure, you get those sneaks. And I want you to know I'm buying you these J's because of your hard work and effort in the classroom. I'm letting you go to the party, borrow the car, whatever, because of what you are accomplishing. Manners. We got to start making these sort of things cool, right? Any kid who just think they deserve something because, well, I'm the kid, and so-and-so got at school. Man, frap you. Earn it. Earn it. Well, is your room clean? Have you helped with dishes or trash? Have you said hello and kissed your mama? Like, earn it. And we can do that genuinely.
I call it trying to keep up with the in crowd.
Yeah, but I mean, think about this. These kids don't have jobs, so where are they getting it from?
Yeah, you're right.
You're always trying to keep up. Like, no. You parents, uncles, whatever, bought it. You're giving it to them. But what have they done to earn it? So then when I want the next pair of sneaks, oh, yeah, well, I got the last pair to keep up. Why can't I get this? No. We parents have already messed up right there. Make them earn it. But start treating them with the respect that you want them to show you and everybody else. And I think that's how we start to turn this around. I'll never believe that any generation is over. I'll never believe that the human race is over until, it's over, right? But until then, it's up to us as parents, teachers, whomever, to keep it going, right? To motivate. And we got to do that through first of all, admitting our mistakes. Secondly, being okay with withholding from our children, right? And then when they are doing things like they're supposed to, make sure we celebrate that just as hard, if not harder, as we did getting on them for doing something wrong.
Yep. I mean, and you're right. You got to put it in your mind that you got to earn it. But, we living in a day and time of social media world. So a lot of these kids see all this stuff on social media, what these people got, and they want it then. And what's the quickest way to go out and make money? What's the quick way to go out and make money? What they think it is going out there and getting in the streets and sell, and that's not it. It's other resources out here for money to be made. And we as grown people and as parents gotta research and show these kids that. And maybe we can get over the hump.
It's not just that. Statistics show that black males usually outperform black girls and other ethnicities before the fourth grade area. Like they do well. Something happens around that fourth grade, right? That's when you start thinking a little bit. You start maybe smelling stuff a little bit. Ain't no telling, right? But around the fourth grade is when we start that. I don't know many fourth grade gangsters. I don't know many fourth grade pushers. We got to start doing it sooner and sooner and sooner, showing them about respect, responsibility, discipline, all of these things, instilling that in them then, so we don't have to have these conversations now. That's what's important. If you mess up as a parent or even as a child, fine, but find positive, fruitful ways to move forward. Like we're gonna try to move forward. But thanks to shout out to Jennifer Kinzer for that post, man. Like you're not alone. There are ways to do this. We just gotta help support each other as parents, teachers, leaders, whomever in the community. As we move on in this silly
we get on good subjects, man. We go overboard sometimes. Sorry about that.
Challenge of the week. This stupid show. Oh, cows. The T is silent. Challenge
Very
of the
silent.
week. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This week, what you got for us, Dean? Don't ask me if I did my challenge. I didn't. Which we
I ain't
need.
gonna ask.
Hold on. Let me look into the audience real quick. We need y'all get in the comments, to email us, message us, whatever, to figure out what kind of punishments we need to serve when we don't do these challenges. It is wrong for Dean and I to be putting these challenges out there and not doing them ourselves. And if you do them, I don't know, send us a short clip of you doing the challenges or working at it, whatever. And maybe, just maybe, we may be able to send you a little something, little prize, little something, little emphasis on little. Okay. What you got this week, Dean?
Well, I do mine. So I ain't worried about it. Anyway.
The physical ones. First of all, wait a minute. Let me talk to get the frap out of here, man. Get the frap out of here. I'm gonna talk to you, audience. This dude is that Flex Armstrong. I don't know what to call him. Whatever wrestler you can think of, Buff Bagwell, whatever. Right? He does his stuff anyway, and all he does is pick like from his already done regiment. As I look at him in the back room back there, he picks from this regiment and like, well, I did mine. Now, when he gets back, I'm gonna ask him, audience. I'm gonna ask him, has he been doing the mental challenges? Because he handles the physical, I handle the mental. I admit that I've not been doing the physical, but has he been doing the mental? Welcome back to the show.
I do the meditating part when you say that.
That was like 4 months ago. Get the crap out of here, man. So, that was like 4 months ago.
So we both ain't lived up to the obligation.
Right, but don't try to hang me up. I do mine. That's all I'm saying. We both some
2022, we got to do better for both of us doing our challenges. We got to.
Matter of fact, no challenges.
No challenge.
No challenge. I
like
that.
Do no more challenges in 2022.
The first week after break, the first week in January, the first Saturday in January, we'll kick that off. Well, depending on what, I mean, if it's New Year's, we ain't filming. But the next time y'all see us in January, we'll try again with these challenges. Yeah, we'll get a little bit better. So, yeah, let's skip on that. Let's go on into your top 5, man. So, we're doing top 5 alcoholic beverages of all time?
No.
For Christmas time? Just
so in the spirit of holidays, because we're in the holiday spirit, top 5 alcoholic beverages at like family get-togethers. I don't. This is just. I'm gonna be throwing things off the wall, 5 off the wall. So it's gonna touch somebody in our audience, somebody to drink these drinks. But it's just top 5 alcoholic.
It's gonna touch somebody out there. Somebody out there need to hear the list.
Yeah, because I know we got a lot of drinkers on. I know we got a lot of drinkers that view our show, and I ain't calling y'all alcoholic, but I know y'all drink. Because half of you my friends, so I know y'all drink anyway.
Anyway, that's a perfect dismount. All right, so look, let's go on into it. Number 5, Dean. Take your time now. Take your time. Remember, take your time. Make them want it, Dean. Number 5, top 5 drinks, alcoholic beverages. Sorry, go.
Number 5, I would have. Number 5 would be the eggnog vodka. The eggnog vodka. Because
all right.
And I say that because eggnog at this time of year, everybody drinks eggnog. Everybody drink eggnog. But you can drink that eggnog and you drink enough of it, it hit you right on that spot. Then when you stand up, you might be feeling a little tipsy. And it's usually at everybody's household on Christmas when you go. So number 5 is the eggnog. The vodka. I think that's what's in it. But it's eggnog and it's got alcohol in it. But I think it's vodka mixed in it, and it tastes good. But you could taste that. You could taste that vodka down the end of it.
I feel like it's something else. I'm gonna have to look for a recipe, but I like that. I like eggnog by itself. I haven't, mixed it with the drink. I ain't supposed to be drinking eggnog anyway. That gotta get off that cow juice. But all right, man. Number 4, top 5 drinks from Dean. Oh yeah, here we go.
Number 4, and this is a liquor that's been around for years. Old school liquor, and it's usually at every family gathering on a holiday, and that is Crown Royal. Crown Royal. Don't take this as I drink this shit because I really don't like liquor.
Have you been drinking tonight?
Hell no, I need to. But anyway, I don't really drink liquor no more. But when I did, I like drinking Crown because my dad was a Crown drinker. But now you got all the different type of Crown. You got apple Crown, peach Crown. I think they got a strawberry Crown. So my sister, I think she liked the peach Crown, and my sister's a slick alcoholic. If you ever get on her page, she always
don't be putting big sis on blast like that.
She gonna kill me. But if you ever get on her page,
I've ever had one issue with her. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Hey, get on her page and look 1 week. Every week it's some type of alcoholic beverage that you can mix or something up on it. I was like, you're a slick alcoholic. Anyway, so the Crown, you got all the different kind now, and that's usually at a holiday gathering. It's one of those Crowns.
Look, I'm snitching. Like, you know me, I'm snitching. How dare you talk about our big sis like that, man? She is not an alcoholic. She's an adult who enjoys a beverage that happens to be adult beverages. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That gum, Dean. I can't believe you, man. Let's go on to number 3, man. I can't with you. Number 3, man. Top 5 alcohol beverages of all time. Oh, wait, you say with the family, right? Family gathering.
Holiday
gathering.
Yeah. So number 3.
Number 3,
and this is, and you gonna find this, and they make them at all different flavors. Is Patron. You're gonna see a Patron bottle at a gathering or a get together for the holidays. You're gonna see it, and they got Patron silver, gold, and they even come in different flavors now. So you're gonna always find a Patron there, and it usually get the party going right. So Patron is number 3.
Number 3, I like it. And number 2 of our top 5, Dean's Dome. Man, we're gonna get that graphic right, man. I promise you, we are going to get that graphic right. But number 2, what do you got?
Number two. You're gonna see this, and you can see it in flavors of. You can see the regular flavor. You can see it in strawberry. You can see it in pineapple, and that will be margarita. You're gonna see a margarita at the holiday family get together. It's whichever one you go to, whatever family it is, not necessarily mine, but you're gonna see it. But it be at ours. But you're gonna see a margarita there. Somebody gonna have a machine. Somebody gonna be make them. Everybody don't make them good. Some people make them too weak. Some people make them strong enough to knock your ass out. But you're gonna see a margarita there at a get together. So that's my number 2.
All right, and here we are. Drum roll. Number 1, top 5 holiday beverage of all time. Undisputed Things Don't List. Here it is, number 1.
Fasha, number 1.
Oh, that needs to be a graphic right there, boy.
Number one holiday drink that you're gonna see in probably most households will be that bottle that we like to call Hennessy. You're gonna see it there. You ain't got it. You can take shots of it. Most people sip it. Most people mix Coke with it. You can mix any kind of brown, cold drink with it. But you're gonna see a small all the way to a big Henny bottle at that holiday gathering. Guarantee it. We do a daggum survey on that. Hennessy is going to be
Please
number
get
one.
in the comments whether you're watching now or later and let us know about these top 5 lists. Next week we're doing top 5 point guards that Dean and or myself, right? We got Jeremy Brown, aka Black, in the comments earlier, claiming to be number 1. So that's next week. This week, let us know about these lists, man. What y'all want to talk about? But man, look, I'll tell you what I want to talk about. I'm trying to figure out, remember Where's Waldo, right? Right, striped shirt dude. You got to find him in these books or whatever. So it made me think about this question, right? Why does Waldo wear a striped shirt?
So you can find him out of the crowd.
Because he doesn't want to be spotted.
I swear, man, this dude every week, I swear every week he'll hit me with something dumb, and then I'm just stuck before I got to do the final say so. It's crazy. It is so damn crazy. But anyway, final word of the day, man. We're in the holiday seasons. As it's getting close, I think we like 13 days away from Christmas, man. And I'm continuing off from what I did last week, man. I want to keep everybody just have that joy, have that faith, have that holiday spirit. Whatever you're going through this month, it could be tough, but try to find some life in it because you don't ever know how many more Christmases you're going to get. So cherish this month. This is the month of happiness. This is the month of joy. This is the month of giving. This is the month of receiving. This is the month that we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. And that's the best thing ever right there. Enjoy your holiday shopping. Sing your Christmas song. Listen to Christmas radio. Just be joyful this month because we don't know how many more Christmas that we got. We're living in crazy times right now. People leaving every day. You don't never know when it's your day. I mean, that's as real as I could be. You never know. So enjoy this time, and especially enjoy this time of year. Right here. Live every day with joy and happiness for Christmas. Peace and love. See y'all next week.
Gotta stay hydrated, man. You need to be drinking some more water. I don't know what's about to happen with this show today.
Shit, I drunk all. What the hell you mean drinking more water? I drunk a whole 2 bottles on the damn on air.
This one. This is an uncut version.
So you got one of those bottles at 9 a.m.
Fancy pants, man.
Shit. You ain't following
Fancy pants. Man. Hey, let me tell you something. We need to talk about this on the show next week too. Because let me tell you, my wife hit me with some gems. So one, you're supposed to drink the same amount of water every day to get your, your bladder, right? Yeah, you got your little bottle, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, enjoy your little bottle, buddy. But yeah, same amount of water. And then after, like you go to the bathroom, right? You need to take yourself, give yourself about 10 minutes, around 10 minutes before you drink something else. Because it takes about 10 minutes for your urinary tract and everything to get back in line, right? So because man, you gotta watch out, man. You won't be leaving pee droplets in the drawers or nothing like that.
Well, shit, hell, the older we get, that's gonna happen in damn way. Probably with the damn pins. Weak ass bladders.